Hello there. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome to our channel, Ace Knowledge Hub, a virtual place to hang out for gaining knowledge. If you like our content, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe us.
Ecosystem stability. Ecosystem stability is the tendency of an ecosystem, population, or an individual to return to equilibrium following environmental disturbance or stress. If a stress or disturbance does alter the ecosystem, it should be able to bounce back quickly. There are two components of ecosystem stability: resistance and resilience. Resistance is defined as the ability for an ecosystem to remain unchanged when being subjected to a disturbance or disturbances. Some ecosystems are better at resisting change than others and therefore have high resistance. Resilience is defined as the ability of an ecosystem to recover after disturbance. Some ecosystems can shift greatly from previous state and still return to pre-disturbance conditions. The measure of how far an ecosystem can be shifted from its previous state and still return to normal is called its amplitude. Both resistance and resilience are components of determining ecosystem stability. Both can also occur at the community, population, and individual level. An ecosystem can have high resistance to disturbance but low resilience, and vice versa. Low resistance can sometimes be advantageous, such as in ecosystems that rely on natural disturbances to temporarily change their conditions in order to remain stable over the long term. Now let us understand these components with an example. Sand pine scrub forests have low resistance to fires due to their thin bark and the ecosystem's dry conditions. However, they have high resilience due to the cones requiring fire to open, which then release their seeds to colonize the charred ground. The diversity stability theory. The theory states that the ecosystem diversity and complexity enhance the stability of population in a given system. E.P. Odum in 1953 has related high species diversity of a mature ecosystem representing a climax community to more stability of natural ecosystem, because as the community succession operates, the homeostasis increases due to more protection available to the members of the community against external environmental change. MacArthur in 1955 showed that the ecosystem stability increases with increase of number of links in food web, because a large number of interacting feeding links provides alternative channels for energy flow, and thus is generated a wide variety of adjustment of the population to environmental changes and stresses within the ecosystem. C.S. Elton in 1958 illustrated that the diversity of food webs promotes ecosystem stability because increased food web diversity increases the resilience of the system to outside invasion of exotic organisms and reduces the fluctuations in population within a given ecosystem. The diversity stability paradox. The pioneering study led by Sir Robert May in 1972 predicted that the more diverse an ecosystem is, the more unstable it is. He used statistical analysis based upon random processes that diversity tends to destabilize community dynamics. May's claim resonated powerfully among ecologists as it contradicted the biological principle that great variety of species and genes promote ecosystem stability in the face of external stress, and this foundation turned May's claim into a paradox referred to as the diversity stability paradox. For almost 40 years, this paradox was not able to be refuted despite evidence showing that ecosystems in nature that have a high degree of diversity tend to be more stable. Later, Yortzis in 1981 contradicted this result by showing that models constructed on biologically plausible interactions strengths tended to prove that stability and diversity were positively correlated. Similar conclusion was reached by Harding in 1999 when environmental feedback, specifically between the biota and the climate, is included in the model. Ecosystem equilibrium. There are two models of the nature of ecosystem equilibrium. The equilibrium model. It states that an ecosystem always tends towards stability. Whenever the community of an ecosystem is disturbed due to external environmental change, it quickly returns to the original state. The other model is the non-equilibrium model. It states that the ecosystem stability is rarely attained because disturbances caused by frequent external environmental change do not allow to develop ordered state of species assemblages in an ecosystem.